In my memory, they just all started coming. I think maybe the first year, it was just, okay, well, there are a bunch of birds out there, and that's not that unusual. But then as the winter grew, the birds grew. I guess they had some signal to each other, and they came from miles around. There's nothing you can do to stop 11 million blackbirds.
We saw those birds coming in here. Well, we didn't think anything of it. We thought they would leave pretty quickly, Didn't realize they'd stay here for a period of time.
When people first started seeing them come, and like, oh my gosh, they're not coming back.
Every year the birds come up in Canada, fly all the way to North Carolina, and then they spend the season there. It starts to getting too warm for them. They pack up their suitcases and head back to Canada. The grackles were the majority, and the rest of them were in smaller numbers. There is nothing quite in the world to describe 6 million blackbirds. It just defies the imagination of humankind.
Letters poured into the newspaper, and we read every one in hopes of finding a cure for the problem.
Oregon, Illinois. Get everyone in town to go out in the yard and beat pans and shoot fireworks. Mullins, South Carolina. Get an owl.
It was only just less than 2 blocks from where I lived, and my brother had a house right there about where the birds were, and other people back there as well. Oh gosh, the noise was terrible. It really was.
It was very loud. There's lots of, cackling, and then whirl, and just roar.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Fire Roman candles into the woods after dark.
So it was quite a visitors thing for so many people, and they enjoyed coming when it put on the national news. They came from all around, long distance, to see the birds.
At first, people thought, well, this is really pretty cool. We have a tourist attraction, and this is great. And then it was just too much. It was crowded. You couldn't, go to the freeze or something, and you couldn't get in there because people from out of town were there trying to eat.
Shreveport, Louisiana. Trap the birds and clean like chicken. Simmer all day. Tastes like chicken.
Six million birds occupy an awful lot of trees. So a lot of them were roosting on the ground. They just fall off the tree. They sit on the tree and they're hungry and they got a chill and they just fall on the ground.
Oh, lots of them died. Probably the younger ones just didn't survive. You would go back there and they would be like Alfred Hitchcock and the birds and stuff. They'd be dead birds.
Kansas City, Missouri. Apparently, a solid wall of deadly atomic radiation has built up somewhere along the line. They are warning us that there is trouble somewhere nearby.
You didn't want to be outside when they were coming in. They were dropping as they were flying, and so you just didn't want to be out there. One Saturday, my best friend Lydia and I pulled on the snow boots we'd never used and set out on an expedition into bird country. We'd heard rumors that the birds had left a knee-high slop of droppings in the forest floor, and this was something worth exploring. But soon the musk filled our noses, suffocating as we stepped shin-deep into the rotting droppings.
I made about 100 major investigations of disease epidemics, and this is one of the best ones. I mean, this was a very fascinating event. Early in the work, there was no human sickness that we detected that could be related to the birds at all. But then, late along the way, came an unknown disease which began to attack people. Fever 104, severe headache, intermittent chills, severe muscle pain, severe chest pain, pronounced weakness, and extreme bodily discomfort. We never did find out what caused the disease, but it probably was what they call a Coxiella. Coxiella is a pathogenic organism. There are several different species of it. We decided that it did not come from North Carolina. It came from the birds from Canada.
The town and everyone else tried everything they could possibly try, but with no avail.
Private enterprise group had brought an airplane in, and they're going to spray them with water to give them a chill and catch pneumonia and die. We were not in favor of that, but we also didn't see how we could oppose it, so we let them go ahead and spray. If it did any good or not, I never could tell.
I think they just decided one day it was time to move on, and we were just delighted.
To watch them go in and fly around and become not just scattered birds all around, but this, what appeared to be a living, breathing being. It was beautiful to watch. They were just birds.
Flying birds, excellent birds. Watch them fly. There they go. Falling snow.
Oh my God. Okay, we're done.